To dismantle the washing machine, first unscrew and remove the service panel. The soap dispenser is now removed by diagonally unscrewing the 4M5 type screws using a box spanner number 8. Never use other screws than the type indicated. Use the same box spanner number 8 to loosen the top cover screws at the back of the machine. Remove the back panel by unscrewing the M6 type screws with a box spanner number 10. Always place the machine half a meter from the wall. The lid can easily be removed by lifting it and pushing it slightly forward. Now the sealing ring is completely prized loose. To remove the front panel, unfasten the screws at the back of it, both left and right. The lock can easily be loosened by holding the bolt at the back with a number 10 spanner. When removing the pilot light, note the order in which the wires are connected. Now loosen the screws at the top, and the front panel can be removed. Cut the clamps of the cable bundle and place it on top of the machine. Be very careful when you loosen and lower the damping block. This device weighs 50 kilos and must be held firmly by your free hand. Gentle tapping of each clip with a hammer releases the front panel of the drum. The two drive belts are now removed at the rear of the machine. The fastening bolt of the drum must be unscrewed in order to remove the pulley, but screw a bolt in the opening to avoid damaging the exposed screw thread. The pulley can now be freely slid away using a set of pulley drawers. Now use the same tool to push the drum out of the bearing. Use a spanner with a longer handle so as to exert more force. Remove the key from the drum shaft and move the drum to the end. The gasket, which is fixed inside with 3 bolts, is unscrewed and taken out. The 6 copper washers are replaced by new ones when the machine is reassembled. Remove the safety ring using a special set of pliers. Finally, move on to the 3 bearings. First, the rear bearing is knocked loose with an hammer. Once at all. The same is done for the front bearing, which can be reached from the back of the machine. With HF machines, the intermediate ring has to be removed before knocking loose the central bearing. The new bearings are thoroughly degreased and smeared with Loctite 641. Put the bearings in the opening and tap them gently into place. Use a plastic hammer. This special tool is used to pull the bearings further inside without damaging the bearing surfaces. If working on an HF machine, don't forget the intermediate ring. The third bearing is then fitted in the same way. With the bearings in place, the safety ring can be put back. Each fastening bolt to use the gasket requires 2 new copper washers. Screw the new gasket on tightly and center it on the shaft. Make sure the bolts are properly tightened. The jointing ring is also replaced. The new jointing ring and the drum shaft are cleaned with liquid soap. The ring is then slid over the shaft. The places where the bearings will be positioned on the shaft must be pre-greased. The drum can now be put back in the machine. Take care not to damage the gasket. This tool pulls in the drum until it's securely in place. A single blow on the back end of the shaft releases the tension in the bearings. With the key relocated in the shaft, the pulley can be reinstalled. Loctite should only be used with freestanding machines. The bolt is also coated with Loctite and then fixed tight. Refit the two drive belts and check the tension. If necessary, the tension can be readjusted with this bolt and lock nut. The only thing left to do now is to replace the back panel. It's very important to check the roundness of the washing drum. Fasten the front panel of the drum by gently tapping the clips with the hammer. Always begin diagonally. Work on the lower half first, then the upper half. The bolt with Loctite before replacing. The damping block must be secured against displacement. Screw on the front panel and return the pilot light. Fit the lock and tie down the cable bundle with new plastic clamps. Replacement of the sealing ring may be necessary. With the lid back on and the soap dispenser in place, the machine is back in one piece again. The machine must be tested to ensure it's working correctly. These are the parts which have been replaced: the 3 ball bearings, the gasket, the sealing ring, and the 6 copper washers.